Hello friends, I hope you're having a spooky day today. I'm having one myself, as you can probably tell. A bunch of Lolitas in the online YouTube community are doing a spooky Lolita tag, and I thought I would join in on the fun as well. So in today's video, I will be answering 13 spooky Lolita related questions. Let's go! Question number 1. Favorite Halloween theme release? My favorite Halloween-themed Lolita dress release would probably have to be Candy Horror Shop. I have a really special memory attached to this dress. I actually bought it at the Angelic Pretty store in Tokyo when I was on vacation there a couple years ago. So not only is it super cute, and I love that it comes in pink and it's got all these cute little candies and animals on it, but I was in Tokyo to buy it myself, and honestly, that gives me a reason to live. Question number 2. Which horror monster or villain would you love to have as coordinate inspiration? I think we might be able to tell. So my coordinate is actually inspired by one of my favorite horror villains, the Nun from the movie The Nun. The whole Conjuring universe has some of my absolute favorite horror titles in it, including The Nun. I thought it was fun and creepy. I loved the props and the fashion, and so I coordinated my dress around that theme today. I actually got this cool halo headpiece from Spirit Halloween, so if you're in the market for them, they have this one in black and gold as well. So to get the look of the Nun, today I am wearing my nameless poem OP by Ista Mori. It's got a cute little cross here. I've got my Metamorphose little cross brooch and necklace from my friend. Shout out to Mary, thank you. And then the dress also has these pretty little crosses embroidered on the bottom as well. So also shout out to the Nun for being a fashion icon. Question number 3. The creepiest thing that's ever happened while you were alone in Lolita. So I actually have a really interesting story about this, which is really specific and weird, but so I used to work at a costume shop. I won't say where because it's pretty well known, at least in my neck of the woods. So I was working at this costume shop and I would wear Lolita to work as often as I could. We could dress in costume every day, so it was a good time. But this costume shop was also known to be haunted. Some people believed in it, some people didn't. I definitely did. I have several personal experiences in this shop. One of them, the most terrifying, was completely by myself. It was the end of the day, the store was closed, and myself and one other colleague were in the store. And of course, at the end of the day, you go around and clean everything up, make sure it looks nice. So that's what I was doing in the front of the store while he was in the back tabulating the cash register for the day, doing some closing duties in the very back office. Now the distance from the front of the shop to the very back where he was, large distance. We were very far apart. Along with that, there was a section of the store that you had to walk through to get where I was, and if you stepped through there, there were really creaky floorboards, and you could hear it pretty much through the whole store. It was very loud. So here I was in the front corner of the store rearranging some things on the clothing racks, and I'm very short, I'm 5'2", so I am reaching up my very tippy toes to reach this rack to straighten things up. And from behind me, I hear a male voice chuckling lowly, like he's sniggering at me for having to reach whatever was up there. So I quickly turn around and I say the name of my colleague who I thought was behind there laughing at me like, "What are you doing? You could help me." And there was no one there. All I could see around me were the round clothing racks that were a little bit taller than I was actually. So I've got these clothing racks looming above me, all around me. They're all I can see. And as I'm looking around, I hear footsteps going in between the clothing racks. And so I'm like, okay, what is he doing? Is he playing a game? Like, I'm gonna go find him and tell him what's up. And so I am following these footsteps, again, calling his name, like, what are you doing? And then all of a sudden, I hear the floorboards creak from that part in the store I mentioned, and I see him come walking from the back. Meanwhile, I still hear the footsteps leading me in the other direction. When I tell you I lost it, that was terrifying. I immediately told him what happened, asked him if he was like playing some kind of joke on me, if one of our other staff members like came up here to play a prank, and it was just him and I completely alone in that store. So definitely the creepiest thing to ever happen to me when I was alone, when I was in Lolita. Question number 4. If you were dared to wear a cord you didn't pick for 24 hours, would you do it? Yeah, absolutely, that'd be so funny. Well, I guess it would depend on who was picking the cord for me. If it was my friends, they would never do me dirty. They would pick me out a fabulous outfit and I would be looking amazing for the next 24 hours. But if it was maybe someone else who didn't know what they were doing, I think it would still be funny. I would do it. Speaking of which, I actually made a video with my husband. I had him pick out 3 different cords from my closet and I wore them and judged him on how he did. It's a great video. I will link it up above. Question number 5. Which Lolita situation scares you the most? A fire, have your entire closet stolen, a massive stain. So interestingly enough, I actually think about this all the time. I live in an apartment and for some weird reason, we've had a lot of like fire situations. Luckily, the fire station is right down the street from us, so they would get here quickly, but it's definitely something that I've thought about. I imagine myself running out of my apartment with my cats first. Obviously, they're going to take precedent over my closet, but then I literally imagine myself rushing back in here, grabbing every suitcase I can find, and just like shoving all of my Lolita stuff into it. I think I would have to prioritize my wedding dress. It's Aphrodite by Angelic Pretty. I would at least have to save her. Question number 6. If there was a meet where everyone played games like Ouija and Bloody Mary, would you go? Yes, that sounds amazing. So when I was young, probably in like late elementary, middle school, I had a Ouija board. And it was like the coolest thing ever to me. I bought it at the mall at a kiosk. It glowed in the dark and I was so about it. I was like that annoying kid at the sleepover who just wanted to do one thing and wouldn't shut up about it. It was the Ouija board. And I always got them to work. Like, I had a great time summoning demons. It's whatever. So I actually would keep the Ouija board under my bed, like right under where I slept. I've since learned that that's probably not the best idea. How I'm not super haunted? I don't know, but I'll take it. Question number 7. You're in the middle of getting into your cord, but you hear the postal worker with a package you need to sign for. What do you do? I had almost this exact situation happen to me. So I had put in a maintenance request for my apartment a few days before and I didn't know when they were going to show up. They never say when they're coming. So I'm literally in this room getting ready to stream. I've got my dress on. I've got my hair in a wig cap and my makeup is halfway done. It's all sparkly and glittery and a mess of rainbows and pink. And I hear them walk in my door. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe I can just like stay in here and they won't try to bother me or whatever. And then I start hear them like calling like, hello, hello, are you here? Let us know. And I'm like, please don't do this to me. So they give me a once over and of course they laugh and I'm just like, can I help you? Like, are you gonna fix the thing or what? Like, question number 8, would you ever go to a photo shoot at a graveyard at night? Another supernatural mistake old Heather made in her youth. So to answer the question, I would do a photo shoot like in a graveyard, probably like not near the headstones though, maybe like use them in the background just to be like as respectful as possible. Like I don't want to show any names or like get too close to them. So kind of to answer the question, but back in my youth, I took the Ouija board into a graveyard at midnight with a couple of my friends, and it was eventful. I actually read online that to get the spirits to be more active, you should bring something with a strong smell like garlic or herbs or something. So I literally brought a box of Italian croutons. I was like, this has got garlic and herbs. The ghosts will like them. So when we started getting some creepy stuff on the Ouija board, we got really scared and ran away, and I left the croutons. Question number 9. For a Halloween coordinate, what is your weapon of choice? Yowie paddle, of course. Real talk, if you know what this is or have one, you deserve a senior discount. Question number 10. Which event would you enjoy the most? A Halloween masquerade meet or Halloween high tea? So I actually went to a Halloween high tea for my local comm last year. It's already been a year, God. Save me. I went last year to a Halloween comm meet for tea, and it was so fun. I would love to do it again. There's just something about Lolita where I have to have tea when I'm wearing it. I'm probably gonna go make some after this. And speaking of Halloween tea, myself and my best friend made a video testing some fall teas that you could use for a Lolita tea party. I will also link that above. Check it out. So question number 11. What tarot card would you use as coordinate inspiration? So I do actually have my deck right here. It's super cute. It's from Kawaii Tarot, and it's got these cute little pastel stars on it, and all the illustrations are really, really adorable. I highly recommend. So the card that I would use for inspiration is the Magician. It's super cute aesthetically. I love the colors, so I could definitely use that in my closet. But also I really love the meaning behind the card, which is to not hold yourself back, tap into your full potential, especially when there's a transformation that needs to be made. Number 12. For a Halloween spooky haunt event, would you get scared or laugh off the situation? I am definitely the person that is nervously laughing the whole time at like a haunted house or a spooky event. Actually, yeah, there is this really cute Halloween carnival I try to go to every year with my friends, and they have a corn maze, which is fun, and there's corn and it's fun, but then they also have a spooky corn maze, and it's very haunted and it's very scary, and there's lights and smoke effects, and I get nervous, and the whole time I'm just trying to pretend like I'm not in this haunted corn maze. I'm talking about the corn, I'm talking about the leaves, I'm talking about the dirt, I'm talking about what I ate for lunch, laughing, trying to make jokes. That's how I cope. And the final question, if you could have a spooky Halloween pet, a black cat, owl, bat, rat, wolf, what would you pick? Does this answer your question? This is Cicero. He's my baby. I don't even think you can see him very well against my dress. Here, I'll bring him in. There he is. Such a handsome boy. Mwah. I'm sorry I woke you up from your nap for this, but it's very important. There you go. There you go. Now he doesn't want to leave. Well, that was all 13 questions. I hope you had fun today listening to me ramble, talk about spooky things, talk about Lolita. I had a great time answering them, and maybe I'll do some more Q&A stuff like this in the future. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great week, weekend, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!